Okay, let's see what colors we have. We can just use any for now. I'm just gonna use a triangle. Wait, it's coming from a accompanist. Okay, r dot color dot. I don't want it to be white because white we won't see. We can just, okay, let's use teal for now. Now, the background color, not background, but rather content color. The content color can be white, and this is because when you think about it, this is the content, that is the icon and the stuff. We can also do it when it's focused and see how we can see all that. Now, like I mentioned, we will need a nav, backstock entry, backstock entry, backstock entry. Yeah, I'm trying to get that one. Yes. And we'll say by nav controller, and this is the nav controller that we have there, not the nav controller. And like I mentioned, we're just grabbing the one from provided here, which it should be, I think it should be current backstop. Yep, that one. And this is just enabled us to keep track of the state. Okay, that one's important. Now, we will also need to know the current route because it's very important. We have to make sure that we know where we are at that particular part, and that is by easily just calling that the entry and then getting the destination and then the route to make sure that we are in the right place as we should be. Now, what do you think we need to do next? So here we just need to walk through now. The good thing with this is that we don't have to create individual bottom navigation item. We can just create one and loop through. So just making the code more optimized. So we're just going to do for each. And here we're just going to iterate through all those items that we have already. So here I'm just going to take the destinations, which is just destination items, actually. Destination. Okay, should recommend that, but hey. Destination. Okay. I want that. Okay, destination. So what's going to happen here is that we're going to have not navigation item. That's the one that we need. And inside here, we have to work with this. So when selected, what do we do, right? When there's an icon, what do we put there? Now, if you, I wanted to format this. So if you know or think of what I want to do exactly here. So for instance, in the icon, what we can do in the icon is we can say, so inside the icon, we can have an icon, which is a painter resource. And then in this painter resource, what we're going to return is we're just going to get a painter resource first, painter resource, and we're going to get okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to get just the ones from the app item. So what we're going to do is that the destinations dot icon, and that should return all that we need. Again, I always say it's good to have the content description, so we can just do destination. I keep thinking of destination items dot title just for the content description because it says very well like, hey, this is this is that, and this is that. Now we have the on click, but let me move this one here so that at least I can see. Okay, perfect. Now this one's much better. Now on the on click, what happens when we on click? We can work on that in a little bit, but first let's see what happens when it's selected. So when it's selected, we can do a couple of things. We can have, let's say, our current route will be equals to that particular destination dot route. Just telling it like, hey, this is where we need to be when that happens. Now, do you want it to show label? There's other things that you can always do, like always show label. We can say true. I like to add that, but you can decide you don't want to show label. By show label, what do I mean? By show label, I mean when you think about it, right? When you have transaction and then budget and tasks and settings, when you click on that particular transaction, do you want to see the name transaction in there, or you just want to see the icon? That's what it means by show the label. Now, I'm going to walk us through something else that I think right now we should do, which is the on click. I'm hoping my video doesn't go past long as I always think, but if it's too long, I can have two sections of this particular, because it's also involves a lot of code, as you can see. But here we'll have the nav controller dot navigate, because then we are trying to navigate, and then here we are going to get our destination item dot, again, route, and make sure that we do that dot the route. Now that it's not done yet, because we will definitely need to make sure that we handle when we pop up to, and then also making sure that we launch single top as true, and also restore our state. Just make sure everything is well handled. Now here we're going to have create this particular graph. Now graph dot, I think start destination, oh yeah, destination route. We will need that, and then I'll say dot let. So what's happening here is I'm just going to create that route because it's a string, and then I'll tell this when we pop up to ID, no, not pop up to ID. Ooh, so pop up to is actually deprecated, so we're going to pop up to ID. Oh, it's actually here. Interesting. So we're going to pass in the route. That should be it. And then we'll say saved state will be equals to, because you're just saving the state. I'm going to format my code so that to see clearly where I am. And then I will definitely need to ensure that I say launch single top equals true. And then I also need to make sure I restore the state, make sure that the state is well handled. Now that is a lot. So what have I done here? So what I've done is that on this particular on click, I've just specified the action to take when the item is clicked. And when you see that nav controller dot navigate method that I've used it's just to navigate to the corresponding route. And it's going to just provide additional configuration that's needed. And also you can look deeper into why we use the launch single top, just because I think it's for cleaner navigation, because we don't want it to be, I think, so what are the weird issues that I've seen in navigation? So if you don't declare, let's say, launch single top as true, sometimes you might find that you navigated to a place and when you moved back, you still see a screen that you should not see, but it might be wonky. That's why it's just good to always follow through with what is needed and just look through the documentation too. Now, we've created that. We will need to create something else, which is now called the app navigation. So we've created the bottom navigation bar. Now we need to create the app navigation. So I'm just gonna follow my patterns, which is top, bottom. I'm going to create composable, and here I'm going to say func app navigation. So app navigation just takes a nav host, because we did say nav controller, but here we will have a nav host. Yes, there we go. And as you can see here, the nav controller just takes in the nav host controller. So let's see. Oh yeah. There we go. That needs to be changed to that, because we changed the name here. Now what we're going to do here now is we're going to leverage the power of compose. Now what we're going to do is just create it. So if you've not done this in Android before, you will notice that before we would have, let's say, some XML to help us with seeing the graphs. So here what you'll need is you'll have the nav host, and in this particular nav host you'll need to pass your nav controller, which is our nav host controller, that's there. And then the graph is just going to come from the destination as a starting point, and then I call the route. And inside here, what I'm going to do, and not the graph, this is not the graph that I need. Actually, this is the start destination. Yeah, that's the start destination. Those are the things that I need to pass for now, the start destination. So here I'm going to start calling the composables to just tell them like, hey, this is actually the route that I'm moving to. So this one takes a string. You can pass in a string, which is the route. But here, since I created it in tab over, what is it called? a sold class, I'll just do that and tell this when we have that, please move to transaction. Actually, I do, oh yeah, good call. Because I could have just used, let's say, the city, or okay, but I can just do, it's easier to just do this. I'll just create those in few minutes. So here inside the destination, because this is a destination example, we're just going to create, I can create one file and call this well, I'm gonna call this, so normally these ones are going to be screens by themselves, because you will need to put a lot here. For instance, you can create another composable function that does ABCD. By ABCD I mean cool stuff. Okay, here I'm going to say transaction, no, that one, but func transaction. And actually I can see in one of a couple components that we have, let's see, we can actually just oh, I can borrow from here. Let's just call rotation cube inside here. So we're just using that for now for demo purposes. Yeah, the composable that we need now. And then what happens when we want to move to the others? We'll create similar for the others. So we'll say destination. So our start destination will always be transaction. That will be the fast screen that people see. But this one we need budgets dot route. So this one will go to the budget class. And then I will need another composable destination dot tasks dot route, and this one will go to the tasks. So all these are not created, so I'll go create them. Composable destination dot setting dot route, and then I'll go here and do the setting. There we go. Now I will need to create this particular ones pretty fast. So I'll just create budget. I will create, let's say, setting, and I will create the tasks. Again, think of this as screens that are very complex. For instance, in budgeting buddy, these are screens that are pretty complex. And then here I'll say composable func tasks. I hope that's what I named it. Yes, there we go. And then I can easily come here also and fix this and do add composable func budget, and then import that. And then finally settings, which is here, I'll do add composable func settings, and then come to the main activity and import that settings. And then immediately I can just, for now we're just going to just demo. It's a demo for demo purposes. When we navigate to those screens, we should be able to just see this stuff, nothing complicated. Button with icons on settings. Consider this is just for fun. There we go. Now that's done. So we need to make sure we call our app screen now into our, I can actually close this. So we need to ensure we call our app screen here. And that's it. Let's run and see what we get. But that's it. That's how quick you see. I do see, however, we are not showing So as for instance here, as you can see, we had said on the budget, show that just for demo purposes, and then on this one, it would show that. However, I see we are not showing our labels. Now, I think I might know what's happening, so let's go ahead and fix that. So I think we need a label, which is the name, label, label. And in this label, we're just going to have like a text, and then that particular text, it's just going to get from, like our string resource is going to be searching for context action. I also don't know why my laptop became very slow all of a sudden. So here I'm going to say the text will be equals to, let's say, the destination, because I just remember we forgot that dot title. There we go. And that one should fix that issue. So I'm going, oh yeah, there we go. Import, and then I'm going to format my code. I think this should now enable us to actually see our text, because I remembered actually we are missing this particular label. So let me run this again and see if I get, let's see. I don't know if it's slow when I'm recording, because I have an M1. Come on, MacBook. You got this. It's not like I have many things opened anyway. Okay, but this should fix the issue with our issue here that we had with their title not showing. So we should be able to see now the title show up. Let's see. There we go. And as you can see, that one, so this one is just an issue that we can fix, but as you can see, when you click on that, it takes you there. I see it's, but there we go. That's how you create your, so maybe it will take time, but we just use this one for example, because I know people will be like, oh, why do you have budget on that? So the transaction, it should wrap. I'm surprised why it's not wrapping. Let's see, because that the name is bigger. Let me, for now, I would like to know why would that be bigger than the others? It's big. Okay, so for now I'm just gonna say just make it smaller. Hacks that we do as Android developers. Again, for the examples, we just created those composable. Yeah, as you can see, they're now all aligned. And then we should definitely, there's more when you can have when like the unselected color, and then you have selected color, content color, like show this, that this is selected and all that. And thank you very much. Watch out for the next video where we will expound more on just this. But as you can see, you're able to navigate that. I think the color choice might not be a good one for this one, but it's just for demo purposes. That's how you create a bottom navigation. You can launch all your 4 projects that we built components so far. Thank you. Bye.